Meaningful learning refers to the concept of learning the subject or topic with a clear understanding of all the related facts. It refers to a complete understanding of the learned knowledge, including how the different parts relate to each other to form a whole. The construction and reconstruction of meanings by learners require that they actively seek to integrate new knowledge with the knowledge already in their cognitive structure. Thus, meaningful learning is active, constructive, and long lasting. But most importantly, it allows the learners to be fully engaged in the learning process. Next, we shall see the characteristics of meaningful learning. There are 5 characteristics that make meaningful learning an effective teaching method. First one is active engagement. Students shouldn't learn passively. Rather, they should use active learning strategies like experimenting, testing hypotheses, and inquiring. Next is relevance to prior knowledge. Students must build upon what they have already known. Teachers should start a learning experience by identifying what the learners already know. Next is integration with existing knowledge. Learning occurs when new knowledge is compared to the existing knowledge. Students may assimilate the new information by integrating the new information with the existing information, or they may accommodate the existing knowledge to accept the new information by fixing the misunderstandings that they previously had. Next is elaboration and reflection. It means taking the new knowledge and seeing how they can use it in multiple different contexts. And the last is personal significance. The information needs to have some point that makes sense to the student. Benefits of meaningful learning. Long-term retention. Most researchers have proved that meaningful learning achieves greater long-term memorization than rote learning. This is because students have experiences and stories connected to what they learned. If we have experience and memory and our knowledge is linked in a cognitive web to the prior knowledge in our minds, then it's easier to dig up and actively recall the information well into the future. Next advantage is transfer of knowledge into new situations. One of the downsides of rote learning is that it tends to be hard to recall and apply outside of the context. For example, a language student who might be good at remembering a word on memory card game, but when it comes to using it at shops, they find it difficult. Next is motivation and interest in learning. A key feature of meaningful learning is that it should be meaningful to a student's life, which enhances intrinsic motivation. Next advantage is critical thinking skills. In meaningful learning environments, students need to compare and contrast their existing knowledge to the new information. Through this process, they often start to notice contradictions between new and old information that needs to be overcome in order to achieve cognitive equilibrium. Next is limitations of meaningful learning. First is lack of time and resources. To create meaningful learning scenario, teachers need time. They may also need additional resources to help students create physical scenarios and projects. And next is testing. Passing standardized tests often requires simple remembering and regurgitating facts and figures. This sort of testing lends itself to rote learning, but we know that meaningful learning is more useful long term. Thus, meaningful learning underpins a good pedagogy. It leads to ideal higher order thinking skills such as critical and analytical thinking. By ensuring the lessons are meaningful to the students, the teachers can help them to develop their skills for future. Thank you.